Hello and good evening, and welcome to TSRC here at Monza. Tonight we are hosting a special race called the Temple of Death. Uh, a bit of a fun event for these drivers, so nothing serious, and pretty much just go out there and have some fun. And the car we'll be using tonight is the BMW N2, a car that's relatively new to the iRacing platform, I believe. So yeah, it's an easy car for most of these people to jump in and just have some fun. As you see out there on the screen, it's qualifying is 10 minutes, which has just got underway. And then we've got two races tonight, with the two races being 20 minutes. And then the first race is pretty much wherever you qualify, that's where you'll start. And then race two, it's a full reverse grid, which gets underway at 8:45. Track conditions, as you can see right now, are 28 degrees with the precipitation pretty much at 51%, partly cloudy, and a wind of 11 kilometers per hour. But as you see on the screen right now, you've got a bit of a track map as well. It's not the usual Grand Prix layout. It's we're shaking things up a bit here at TSRC with using a bit of the modern Monza track, but also adding in a bit of history and nostalgia as well. We're using the banking, so it should be a good bit of fun for some of these drivers. But as we look at the screen right now, looking at some of the drivers out on track, as we look at Ruby Nekomata, currently just heading up to probably one of my favourite parts of the track as well, and a difficult part of the track to get right. But yes, it launches right over the curves, and this is something that these drivers will need to think about as well. As you see right now, you see some of the gravel on track, which can produce some issues, especially if you get on that gravel. You can lose a little bit of grip, and sometimes you can't be a passenger. And another factor as well, you'll have to bear in mind is the slipstream effect as well, especially on the banking, where drivers will have to be very, very careful not to get it wrong, because if you get it wrong on that banking, especially in a pack, it can go horribly wrong. But yeah, a little bit of info for the race details as well. As I say, we're using the BMW N2, which is recently new. It's a fixed setup, so you don't have to worry about making your own setups or anything like that. And it's yeah, it's a rolling start, so there's no standing starts involved. And pretty much wave rounds are enabled, but I doubt we'll have any cautions with a very small field today. And the incidents are 17x, and also the damage is off, so you don't have to worry about fast repairs or making a pit stop. So it's pretty much if you crash, you're not really having to worry about it like you would have to do in other league races, for example. But as qualifying still going at the moment, looking at Tom Davis, one of the drivers for the TSRC Esports, he's been around for a while in another series as well, and always a quick driver. But as you see right now in the home straight, everyone's pretty much stuck in a slipstream pack, because slipstream around Monza, especially the size of the track we're using today with the banking, the historical banking added in, it can make a difference when it comes to lap time. But yeah, thanks to anyone that's tuning in as well and watching. If you want to say hi in the chat, feel free to say hi, and also subscribe to TSRC on YouTube. And if you want to get involved in the TSRC, feel free to pop onto the TSRC Discord. And if you have any questions, I'm sure that our very own admin Kieran Shutt will be happy to answer any questions. And from my experience of racing in the league, it's probably one of the best around, and one of the friendliest communities. As a rider aboard one of the cars and gets it terribly wrong, and it's yeah, it looks like it's Davidson and getting it wrong as well. And as I say that, he's got going again, and it's pretty much what I was saying, that no fast repairs and no damage, so he can get going again. But he's got a bit of a park starting to close them down, so I think he'll be joined pretty much pretty soon by these cars behind. And also, if you notice on the screen as well, the TSRC is partnered with Motorsport UK Esports, and one of another highly recommended community if you're looking to get into some other league racing as well. If you've got any questions about the motor esports on the Motorsport UK, you can get in contact with Paul Crawford, who's runs that side of things on the Motorsport UK. So yeah, plenty of other stuff going on, and as you see right now, looking at well, it's like a Nekomata and Clive Bourne by the looks of it, and coming up to one of the bumpiest sections on the track. It's probably one of my favourites on this historical layout, but it can give your wrists a bit of a bit of a workout if you're on a direct drive wheel. Is the qualifying still going on at the moment? We're about probably about got about the just coming up to about 3 minutes left in qualified. So yeah, as it stands at the moment, say Nekomata and Paul with Johnny Woo on in second. For some reason that name cracks me up all the time, but that's probably the two drivers that as the two drivers that have set times at the moment with Nekomata on a 2:44.5. But we'll probably expect more times to come in. But yeah, I don't think any of these or most of these drivers will be too worried. It's just a bit of a fun event just for these drivers to let some steam off. Just looking at live timing as well. Some other drivers that are watching right now have got a Andrew Pike and it looks like a Jamie Nuttall as well. So good to see Jamie out as well. He's a name that's been around on TSRC for quite some time, I believe, and a really quick driver. And yeah, it's I remember racing against him in I can't remember the name of the series that was on TSRC. It was the Porsche Cup and TCR series. That's one of my favourite series to race in because it was the racing was fun and respectful, and Jamie was racing in the Porsche Cup class, and it was always there and thereabouts, challenge of wins and taking podiums. As a few cars come across the line now with Pike, Nuttall, and Chandler and Smith and Wood be setting times as well, along with some other drivers. But still, it's Nekomata that's at the top of the standings. And yeah, looking at the view as well from this view, especially from the bank, and it gives you a good perspective of what it was like for the drivers raced around here in the 1950s and even well before that. And yeah, they're not having the safety features that we have today, but it's good to see that you can still use the banking on iRacing today, which is always cool. But as the qualifying comes to a close, it's in the books. I apologise for that. I was reading the grid, but my microphone was muted. Which is bad of me. But the Ruby Nakamata takes the pole position alongside Andrew Pike on the front row, with Jamie Nuttall and William Chandler occupying row 2. And then row 3 is Matt Smith with Johnny Wu alongside him. And then we've got Tom Davidson and Valerio Tedeschi alongside him. And then Thomas Roundtree and then Clive Bourne. And then rounded at the grid at the back is Gilly Hamlin and Daniel Wynne Roberts. But as the field gets set to go, most of these drivers are kind of just weaving in the background, trying to get some temperature into the tyres, because it's a new tyre model that these cars are using, I believe, and the tyre model that's being used now, especially not just in these cars, but GT3 cars, for example, they do take a while to get some heat into them, so you've got to be a bit patient. But I think most of these drivers, without being a fun event, I don't think they'll care about patience, but they're just about to come up to the pit lane and come up to the start-finish line. The safety car will pull off, what it does now, and they soon will be underway as Nakamata on the pole with Pike alongside it. And we'll be soon underway as the cars are getting ready to go. And we're underway for the round 1 tonight, race 1 tonight, sorry. But as they come into the bank, and it's everyone's jockeying for position now. I thought we were going to go 3 wide there, and I thought at one point it was going to happen, but it looks like everyone's being a bit sensible. Is it still Nakamata in the lead? But I think Andrew Pike, might try and take the lead by the looks of it. But as I say that, actually Pike gets a bit swamped by a few cars behind him, and it looks like it's William Chandler that's up into second place. It looks like, as I say that, actually Andrew Pike has taken the lead. But obviously with the slipstream as well, you'll get a bit of jockeying for position, and everyone trying to make moves with the slipstream being so crucial around here. But it's, yes, Pike's still leading with well, Chandler was in second place, but it's Tom Davidson has moved up into second place now to... Oh, it looks like we've got a bit of... Oh! As it looks like we've got a bit of carnage going on in the background there, and it was exactly what me and Kieran Sharp were saying before we went live. It wouldn't surprise me if we had any carnage, and as I say that, it's all happened on the start of lap 1. But as we come into the two Lesmos here, riding board with Andrew Pike, and Andrew's another name that's I recognise, and he's been around in the other series as well in the past, and quite handy in a TCR car, as far as I'm led to believe. As a look at Thomas Roundtree as well, currently in 7th place, and it looks like he's managed to keep out of the trouble as well. I thought he did get caught up in that trouble that happened, but it looks like he survived. But as we come up to the final corner, and instead of going onto the modern home straight, we're going to take an arch up. As I say that, it looks like Thomas Roundtree has been caught up in another incident, or with someone anyway, and but manages to get going, and no damages. So pretty much they just get going again and try and catch up to the pack in front of him. But the surprise, considering that that little incident he had, is not lost too much time. But as I look at William Chandler as well, it looks like he's trying to give a bit of bump draft into, it looks like Jamie Nuttall that's in front of him, and So might be trying to give Nuttall a bit of a push to try and get him into the lead and to get some clear air, and it looks like he might have succeeded, but he's still still alongside Andrew Pike, and but it's like Andrew Pike and Tom Davidson, and oh, someone's rolling in the background, and yeah, as like I was saying before, it's Andrew Pike who's been caught up in that incident. I was just Andy gets collected by someone else, so yeah, pretty much Andrew Pike's pretty much got taken out and then punted at high speed for a good measure. So, but yeah, it's like I was saying before, it's you get mayhem around this. You get these cars in slipstream and the banking as well. It's always going to produce mayhem, and Andrew Pike gets to get going, and he gets collected by someone else. But yeah, I don't think any of these drivers are really caring about being patient. I think it looks like they're just having the time of their life. But at the moment, it's William Chandler to the head of the field now, and Nekomata still in second place and doing a good job after getting the pole position in qualifying. But as it looks like further back, we're looking at Tom Davidson as well. He managed to avoid all the drama that happened behind him. But it looks like he might be trying to get a run on the Daniel Roberts in front of him, and yeah, Daniel Roberts is he's not really been around on the TSRC that long, but again he's been around on iRacing for quite a while, I think. Anyway, but it was like Davidson's trying to make a move on the inside of Roberts, and it looks like Roberts has ran wide and just maybe just got spooked off there, but. As they back up at the front, it's still Chandler and Nekomata challenging for the lead, and they're not too far behind. And they've got Hamlin as well, just watching what's going on, and maybe in the best position possible, just in case anything happens. Well, it looks like Nekomata's about to slip back into fourth place. This proof that the slipstream around here is so powerful as well, especially with these cars as well. These cars they have some downforce, but they don't have as much downforce as say a GT3 car, for example. So yeah, but they've still got the traditional gizmos, sorry, like ABS and traction control as they ride on board of Ruby at the moment. Just kind of, I have a feeling that she might be holding back a little bit just to see what's going on or what's going to happen. As I was like, whoa, I thought there was going to be a bit of contact there, but thankfully nothing happened. But as they come through the second Lesmo at the moment, it's still about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 or 7 cars in this pack at the moment. So it's still all relatively glued together. As we look from above at the cars through the trees, and yeah, this corner or these corners right here are probably the trickiest for me to get right, because it's just trying to get the line right and trying to get your basically your entry speed and basically corner exit. They will just pretty much a difficult task, but still, it's William Chandler currently in second place at the moment, with Jamie Nuttall now in the lead. As we've pretty much 8 minutes gone in this race, and yeah, this race is absolutely flew by, considering it's pretty much a long layout, you could say, with the historical layout and the modern layout as well. So, but still, it's been great considering there's only 12 drivers. It's still been great fun to watch. And yeah, I have a feeling when it gets to the last lap, maybe the final couple of minutes, it could be elbows out. But still, it's Nuttall leading from Chandler with Hamlin in third, and then Nekomata in fourth, and Davidson in fifth. And then not too far behind, you've got a Bourne as well. But as they come across the line now to complete another lap, and it's Nuttall leading, but I think it might be. It looks like Nekomata was trying to make a move to try and take the lead, but as I say that, Jamie Nuttall's been given a bit of a bump draft to get back into the lead, and as I say that, it looks like Davidson was trying to be a little bit sneaky there and to take the lead, but I think that kind of backfired on him. And as I say that, it looks like Jamie Nuttall's took the lead again, and Davidson's up into second. And Nekomata's kind of just been swamped at the moment with Hamlin and Bourne and Chandler by the looks of it. So yeah, that's the thing with if you get in a scrap around this track, especially on a slipstream pack, you can lose touch with the cars in front of you. But with us using the longer layout tonight, especially the banking, it gives you can close back up in that slipstream really quickly. But as we look at William Chandler at the moment, it looks like he might have a run on the Bourne, and yeah, gets a great run on the exit there, and he's trying to get a run alongside. But he could try a little bit of a tactic and try and use a bit of a side draft to try and slow Bourne down, as I think Bourne decides to back out of it, and Chandler goes around outside to regain that fifth position. Back up at the front is Jamie Nuttall, still leading with Tom Davidson and for TSRC behind him. As we've got about, just checking as well, we've got about 3 or 4 minutes left in this race. So yeah, it's gone by really quickly, this race. And as I say that, it looks like Davidson's trying to take advantage to try and give Hamlin a bit of a push to get back up to the front, or Nuttall, sorry, to get back up to the front. But as I say that, it looks like Davidson's trying to make it 3 wide there. Or it looked like he was trying to make it 3 wide there. As I look at this fantastic view from the banking, and yeah, for some reason, every time I see that angle, I feel a little bit dizzy for some reason. But I think it just gives you a sense of maybe what the drivers back in the day had to put up with as well. The racing cars that weren't really safety wasn't really a big aspect back in the old days. But as it looks like Nuttall's going back to the lead, and it looks like Hamlin's trying to use that momentum on the outside to try and take the lead. But as I say that, Nuttall manages to fend him off. Oh, is it? Oh, it looks like Clive Bourne's had an issue as well on the exit, or basically through the fast section of the chicane, and it looks like he might have. I wonder if it was a bit of contact, or as I look at the replay to see what happened, and it looks like he might have. I thought he might have. Oh, did they lose it on the curb? Oh, yeah. It looks like he might have just took that sausage curb on the inside and might have just unsettled him, and yeah, Clive was pretty much a passenger from then on, but again manages to get going, and no need to worry about any damage or any meatball flags. But back up at the front, we've still got the battle for the lead going on, and it's Jamie Nuttall from Hamlin from Davidson, and these three cars have managed to break away from the rest of the pack. Well, they all squabble amongst themselves, or either have issues, but not too far behind. Watson in fourth place is Nekamata. So if any of these three cars in front of Rubik have any issues, she could be there to pick up the pieces and they pick up any positions. And we see them coming through on the exit of the bank in there, and it looks like we might have a bit of a free wide moment there, as it looks like Davidson's trying to take the lead, but Nuttall's not giving up as well with Hamlin on the inside. So I think I wonder if Davidson can try and keep it on the outside and carry that momentum, because he might be able to get the move done. But I think it looks like Hamlin decided to kind of just back out of it slightly. They stick to the inside. As it looks like, as I say that, Nekamata has managed to close these three cars down. And it looks like Nekamata's managed to take the lead back briefly, but as I say that, Nuttall takes it back, and as they come through this fast part of the track, and it looks like Nekamata might have had a bit of a sideways moment there, or it looked like it anyway. But Jamie Nuttall back into the lead, and I think this could be the. No, I was going to say it could be the final lap, but we've still got about 5 minutes left, so. Oh, it could be the final lap actually. I just had to double check there. So, yeah, if Jamie Nuttall can hold on to the lead, he might be able to hold on to possibly win. But with the slipstream, he could be, and being at the front, he could be a bit of a sitting duck. It looks like Tom Davidson's trying to make a move as well in third place and trying to take second position. But yeah, I think Jamie Nuttall at the moment, he might just be praying that these drivers behind him may start squabbling amongst themselves, and they can't hold each other up. I'm just randomly reading through the chat and on iRacing, and yeah, Daniel Roberts said his wheel fell off, so I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, I've never had that happen to me before, thankfully. As I look at Andrew Pike at the moment, still going around in 12th place, and I think it's just pretty much a case of him getting to the end. As don't forget, if any of these drivers further back have not a good race, they don't have a good race. Yeah, they've still got the reverse grid. So yeah, as the race results for race 1 are in, and it's Jamie Nuttall taking the win by half a second over Ruby Nekamata from Mexico, with Tom Davidson in third, and then fourth we've got Jilly Hamlin, and then we've got in fifth William Chandler with Clive Bourne in sixth, and then Daniel my wheel fell off Roberts in seventh, and then Valerio Tedeschi in eighth, and then ninth we've got Thomas Roundtree, and then Johnny Woo in 10th, Matt Smith in the 11th, and Andrew Pike rounding out the result in 12th. As the cars get on the way for race 2, and yeah, I think Andrew Pike might just be in heaven with being on pole position, because he might be thinking if he can try and get away and try and keep out the trouble in the early stages, he could possibly take a win. But as we saw in race 1, that slipstream can have a bit of a big effect. Even if you fall back slightly, as long as you're in that slipstream about 1.5 seconds back, you can close that back up with cars squabbling amongst themselves. But as we're coming round the final corner, not too long until we get back on the way, and yeah, I think looking forward to this race, because I think race 2 could be a lot of fun, a lot more fun, and a lot more entertaining. But as we wait for the cars to get going, and yep, as they just waiting for Pike to see when he goes, and yeah, he goes right away. But I think he's trying to maybe try and catch back up behind him, as Smith is alongside him in second place, and then behind him you've got Wu, Roundtree, and Roberts and Chandler, and yeah, this is when all the slipstreaming games will start as well. And I think it looks like Smith is trying to make a move on the outside already. It looks like further back we've got a bit of door banging going on as well, and for a second there I thought I was going to end up in another big accident like we saw a couple of times in race 1. As I look at Hamlin from Luxembourg riding on board with him, and as we see a bit of there's a bit of carnage in front of him. Is everyone going to get through? And as I say that, actually everyone manages to survive that and get straight and get going again. That was I thought I was going to end up in an even bigger accident, but somehow everyone managed to get away with it. As I look at William Chandler, and yeah, I think he was one of the drivers that was caught up in that incident. He heading to the traditional home straight, but manages to get going and actually didn't lose too much time. As they come through the two Lesmos, and a bit of smoke going on there, and as well as there's a couple of cars off there, it looks like one of the cars might have been Tom Davidson. Tom Davidson, and Smith was involved as well. As I look at the TSRC replay, and yeah, Matt Smith and Tom Davidson, the two cars caught up in that incident, and they through the two Lesmos, and it looks like I wonder if these two had contact, or if it was something happening in front of them that caused them to get caught up with each other. But as I look at Thomas Roundtree, currently in 5th place. And it looks like something's happened to Daniel Roberts again. So as we look at him right now, it looks like he might have ran wide. Did he get sideways? Oh, he got a bit of a loose rear end there, and can everyone miss him? That was yeah. I think for Daniel Roberts, he would have had his heart in his mouth there, hoping that everyone avoided him, because that was a bit of a squeaky bum moment. But as we look back up to the front, it's Ruby Nekamata at the moment, currently in 2nd, with Hamlin in 3rd and Nuttall in 4th. And it looks like Andrew Pike has actually managed to pull away and build up a bit of a gap at the moment, up to about 1.7 seconds. So everyone's scrapping amongst themselves, and he's just pulling a gap ever so slightly. But again, that slipstream could play a factor if this pack behind him start working together. as they come across the line, and as you see right now, the gap to Pike and the pack behind him is starting to come down. But that's just the nature of the slipstream, as you're seeing right now. This with this layout of Monza as well, and it looks like is that Hamlin. I thought Hamlin was going to run wide onto the gravel there, but he manages to keep it on the track. As you come through the two Lesbos again, and yeah, as you see, both loads of gravel on the track already, and it's just proof if you get off on that gravel and through the two Lesbos, it can throw it back on, and so something for these drivers to keep an eye on, because if you get in that gravel, you can lose grip ever so slightly. But still, it's Andrew Pike leading with about an 8/10 of a second gap back to Jamie Nuttall, and Jamie Nuttall. It looks like he's managing to pull away from the pack behind him as well. The gap behind him is about well, the overall gap to the leader is about 3 seconds now. So I wonder if Nuttall and Pike might work together and try and pull away from this pack behind. As it looks like they might have a bit of a four. Oh, I thought it was going to be a 4 wide moment there. As I look at Roundtree as well, under attack from this pack as well. It looks like Nekomato is trying to go around the outside. Can she carry that momentum? So might be able to get the move done. But looking at Roundtree and Roundtree trying to maybe work together with Nekomato and try and give her a bit of a push as well, a bit of a bump draft. As I look at the banking on the top of the bridge, and one of my favourite views as well. So yeah, our director Kieran Sharp in the background working his magic on the buttons with the camera angles. Well, it looks like after the early issues in the early stages for some of these drivers, it looks like the pack's actually split up into pretty much about two or three packs. So yeah, the issues in the early stages and the mayhem, they've pretty much split this pack up. But as I look at back up at the front as well, looking at Jamie Nuttall and Andrew Pike working together possibly. Further back, we've got this pack with Nekomata and Bourne and Roundtree and Hamlin as well. And it looks like I think Johnny Woo might be in this pack as well, or he might be further back. As we look at the German as well, yeah, he's right behind. It looks like Tom Davidson as well. So Tom Davidson, on a bit of a recovery drive at the moment. As I look at back up at the front, or towards the front, the battle for fourth place with Bourne and the Roundtree and the Hamlin and Davidson as well. And yeah, I think Bourne's having a much better run in the early stages of the race after his incident in race 1. But yeah, I think that the reverse grid for race 2 as well has actually mixed this field up a little bit. So good to see, and I think there's no points on offer or anything like that. So it's just a bit of fun for these drivers. So I think they'll be pretty much having a laugh, I guess, as well as Jamie Nuttall and Andrew Pike working together to try and pull away. And as I say that as well, the gap back to third place is about 1.5, 1.6 seconds. Oh, as I say that, it looks like Jamie Nuttall's just been taken out by Andrew Pike as well. As I say that as well, Jamie Nuttall with superb car control to hold that and save it. That was I thought I was watching in game from my end as well, and it looks like I thought Jamie Minotto was going to roll it because he was on two wheels, I think. As I look at the replay from on board Jamie Nuttall, and it looks like I think Pike might have just misjudged the bump draft as well. Maybe just he didn't realise he was closer than expected. As I say that, Jamie Nuttall with pretty much the save of the race so far, and manages to keep control as well. That was I think for Jamie Nuttall as well, a bit of poo might have just came out as soon as when that happened. But Jamie Nuttall, after that little incident as well, is falling back down to 6th place, and he's got Tom Davidson and Johnny Wu and William Chandler as well right behind him. So I wonder if this, as I say that as well, it looks like we've got a car off in the background as well. And oh, it looks like trying to figure out who that is. Is it? There's so much mayhem going on. It looks like Clive Bourne as well having another issue as well in race 2, as I was just praising him not too long ago as well. So yeah, I apologise, Clive, for jinxing you. As we're about 10 minutes into 10.5 minutes into this race as well, and again it's absolutely flew by. But it's true what they say, time flies by when you're having fun. I'm certainly having fun calling this race as well. It's been good fun. It's been entertaining, and there's been plenty of action going on as well. As Andrew Pike has actually been caught by Ruby Nekomata. Now the question is, will Andrew and Ruby work together to try and pull away? Further back as well, looking at Thomas Roundtree, currently in 5th, and right behind Tom Davidson, and it looks like Nuttall as well. I was going to say, I wonder if Nuttall and Davidson might try and work together, but as I say that, it looks like Roundtree's got a run and pretty much decided that he wants to try and gain a couple of positions as he goes to the inside, and it looks like Roundtree might be able to gain another position, or a couple of positions by the looks of it, but Nuttall and Davidson trying to hold that momentum on the outside, as I say, as right in the background there, someone clipping the wall. And it looks like it was William Chandler was the one that clipped it, judging by the crunching sound. Looking at William Chandler at the moment, stuck in a swarm of cars and pretty much finding it difficult to try and gain positions. I think the only way it's going to happen is when they get onto the old banking where the slipstream starts to kick in. But right behind Chandler, you've got it looks like Johnny Woo got a bit sideways there, in the middle of on the exit of the first Lesmo. It looks like we might have a lead change as well, as Andrew Pike loses the lead, and as I take it back, he regains the lead. But him and Ruby are still side by side, and it looks like Andrew Pike is retaking the lead. But as I say that, someone's had an issue in the background, and it looks like it was Thomas Roundtree. Now I wonder, was that contact, or did Thomas just get it, just lose it all by himself? But Thomas gets going either way, and it looks like we've got a replay, and it looks like it was contact. It was Thomas Roundtree got collected, or basically tagged, and as he lost it, he collected another car. But again, there's no damage or anything. These drivers need to worry about, so they can just pretty much get going again. But as we come around the bank and then heading onto the home straight, it looks like Pike and Nekomata are going at it again, and right behind these guys, they're recovering Jamie Nuttall. What does Nuttall do? Does he go for the move? Does he stay behind Pike and try and give him a bit of a bump draft? And I think Jamie Nuttall has decided to wait until the straight to try and make a move. It looks like Andrew Pike is getting a bit sketchy there mid corner. And I think Pike and Nuttall are playing a game of side drafting. And as I say that, Ruby's going to try and take advantage. And who else is this? Someone else has joined the battle as well. It's Tom Davidson. And well, Tom David. Oh, that was a. Oh, I shouldn't laugh, but that was a biggie. I don't know if that was intentional or if it was just a misjudgment on the bump drafting from Tom Davidson. But yeah, I think if I'm correct, Tom Davidson and Andrew Pike are teammates for TSRC. So yeah, I think if both of them are on the same Discord channel or TeamSpeak even, or whatever they use for communicating, they'll probably be having a good laugh. But as I say, that Jamie Nuttall again ends up falling back, and I think he's probably running out of time, or he probably has run out of time to try and make a good recovery, as we're pretty much on the last lap by the looks of it. As it looks like Nekomata's trying to make a move on Tom Davidson, and Tom Davidson's done a good job to recover to get back up to the front, considering he was caught up in an incident or two in the early stage of the race. So he just needs to hang on and try and hold on for the one. As Ruby tries to get a good run, and Davidson's gone defensive, goes to the inside line straight away. Now I wonder if Ruby might try and back off and try and do a bit of a switch back, but can she go on the outside and try and carry that momentum? But I think Davidson's going to hold on for the win, I believe. As they come across the line, and it looks like Tom Davidson is going to take the win, just ahead of Nekomata, with Hamlin in third, and then Clive Bourne in fourth. As we wait for the rest of the cars to come across the line, that was, I have to say, that was good fun. It's even though it was only 12 cars and a short race, as someone goes flying in the front of Thomas Roundtree there. As we wait for the wheelman Daniel Roberts to come across the line, he'll finish in 12th. But yeah, I was saying it's good fun. It's been good fun calling these races, and considering the lowest turnout and the shorter race length, that was still an entertaining race, or a couple of races to call. So wait for the results to come up on screen, and as I say that, the results are up on screen right now, with Tom Davidson recovering to take the win in race 2, with Ruby Nekomata in second, with Jelly Hamlin in third, and then Clive Bourne in fourth, Johnny Wu in fifth, and then Valerio Tedeschi in sixth, and then seventh Matt Smith, and then Andrew Pike in eighth, with Thomas Roundtree in ninth. Jamie Nuttall unfortunately caught up in that incident towards the end in 10th, and then Daniel Roberts in 11th, and in 12th, rounding out the entries as William Chandler. But as just looking to see if anyone's available or in the interview waiting area. If anyone wants to come for an interview, feel free. But it looks like we don't have anyone available. So with that, we're going to sign off, and we must say thank you to anyone that's been watching, that's tuned in tonight. Feel free to click that follow button on the TSRC YouTube channel if you want to get involved in the league or have any questions about getting involved. Feel free to pop onto the TSRC Discord, where any of our admins, especially Kieran Sharp, might be or will be able and happy to answer any questions. And yeah, follow TSRC on Instagram and Twitter as well, or X as it's known now. But yeah, thanks to anyone that's been watching, and cheers for tuning in, and we will see you next time.